Perfect. All right, Ankurita. Thank you so much for being on the show. This special series called Guftagoo with Diksha Dev. Thank you for being a part of this mission, Ankurita. Thank you so much for your precious time.
Nobody can say no to you.
Okay.
You're perpetually high on energy.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I'm from Northeast. I'm particularly from Assam. And the best part is currently I'm here, and this is one of the silver lining of the pandemic times that this is the longest I've ever stayed in my own state. I've been in Delhi since I think 2002. So I was born in this quaint little town. The name is called Golaghat. I don't know if you have ever heard about it, but I'm sure you must have heard about Kaziranga.
Yes.
So it's close by, closer to Kaziranga, and right now I'm in Guwahati in the uh, working from home, and otherwise I stay in Delhi. So in Golaghat, I was born to two academicians and two strict academicians and liberal parents, I would say. But nonetheless, studies were an integral part of my life, and I was kind of honestly speaking, now if I have to tell you, I'll tell you that I was a brat, trapped under expectations of studies, and I I had to be a good student, and I studied in Sacred Heart School called in Golaghat. Then after my 10th, I came out to Cotton College. Cotton College is in Guwahati, and Cotton College is a very old college with full of heritage, and it is called the Center of Excellence in Northeast. And every student, I would say, every student would have that nurtured that dream of being a part of Cotton College and be branded as a Cottonian forever. And I'm one proud alumna of Cotton College. I did my uh, 10th, 11th and 12th from Cotton. And here we have we call it higher secondary, and it's a part of the college. And that college is now transformed into an university. It's called Cotton University. So when I studied, it was Cotton College, and I did my graduation from here in English. Then I went to Delhi, and I did my post graduation from Delhi University. But before that, I would want to share my experience in Cotton College. Why, I would tell you, closer to home, the heart is always in your home. And for me, home is, if I talk about my background, my first thing would be not my school, but my college. My school was my foundation, definitely. But Cotton College was actually the learning ground for me, where I was an independent individual, living my own life without my parents, in a hostel, in a room with six girls, and doing everything practically by myself. And that place has an energy of its own. I'm talking about Cotton. And it's a very old college. It was established in 1901. So and I was a very fortunate student, alumna of Cotton, because I was there during the centenary celebrations here. So that part of my life, that 5 years, I think I practically am what I am today because of those 5 years. And Now, after my post graduation, I did not know actually what I wanted to be. So my parents wanted me to be a doctor. I rejected that way back in my 10th. Then I came and I thought, let me become an academician, because they wanted me to be one. Then I said, no, this is not my cup of tea. And suddenly I wanted to be a journalist, because I thought I had a flair for writing. So I joined journalism. Then somehow FICCI happened, and initially it was like a sheer accident. In between my role as a journalist, I had to go for an interview, and then I somehow settled down in FICCI. And now it's been 13 years that I am a part of FICCI. That's basically my journey from a small place called Golaghat to Delhi.
वंडरफुल। अंकुरिता, आपने बताया कि डॉक्टरी में जाना चाहा या किसी और में, तो वहाँ मन नहीं लगा, आई डोंट वांट टू डू इट, एंड यू एक्चुअली इरेडिकेटेड दैट ऑप्शन। व्हाई दैट हैपेंड? ऐसा क्यों हुआ? ऐसा आपको क्या लगा? क्योंकि सब सब इंसान के अंदर होता है कि दिस इज माय एरिया, दिस इज माय लव, राइट? सो हाउ यू हैपन टू आइडेंटिफाई योर लव? ओवर टू यू।
I rejected becoming a doctor or an engineer not for any other reason, but because I thought I had to study a lot. And I thought science पढ़ना पड़ेगा, बहुत सारा पढ़ना पड़ेगा, फिर वो you have to do those kata mara thing in biology and all. So I said like this सब नहीं हो पाएगा मुझसे. And literature seemed easier to me because you could write anything. And I thought I had a penchant for writing. I had a flair for writing. So I thought ये मेरे लिए easy होगा. So at that, when we were in school, being a doctor and being an engineer was, I think, highly fashionable. And the other alternate option was being an academician, being a college professor, or, we didn't have much option, not in terms of work area, but probably awareness. And it also was a kind of pressure from the society that a good student has to be a doctor or an engineer, or uske thode se niche ho to aap, you take up arts and you become a professor. So I think we had a little bit of limited options, and that is one reason.
थैंक यू सो मच अंकुरिता. मजा आया ये सुनकर कि क्यों आपने वो नहीं लिया. बहुत पढ़ना पड़ता है साइंस. सेम हियर. आई डोंट वांट टू लर्न लॉट ऑफ साइंस एंड माय होल
My son also doesn't want to study much. He says that I have to become a malishwala. I say like, okay, he's sorted, and part time में वो e-rickshaw चलाएगा. I say like, which is good. ठीक है, go ahead.
Okay, Ankurita, let's move to the next question. सबसे पहले आप बताइए beautiful साड़ी असम की क्यों special है और what is the special about this sari? Over to you, Ankurita.
Two-piece sari rather, and it's called Mekhla Chadar. Okay, and Assam is known for its silk. So there are three types of silk, Pat silk, and today I'm wearing this Pat silk sari. It's not a sari, it's Mekhla Chadar. It's a two-piece thing, and we drape it like in 5 minutes. It's the comfort wear, फटाफट पहनो और तैयार हो जाओ and फिर भी अच्छे लगो. That's the USP of this dress. And Pat silk is it is derived from silkworms, and silkworms from the mulberry trees. So it is also called mulberry silk. And there is something called eri silk and muga silk. Muga is perhaps one of the costliest silk in the world. And this one particularly is from my mom's wardrobe, and I think I'm a lucky girl to have got all these things from my mother. Besides my own, I have her wardrobe, I have my mother-in-law's wardrobe. So I actually am a lutera in the house. Jo bhi acha laga, I pick it up and I'll like, ye mera hua, and I'll wear it. And I had to specifically wear this for you.
Oh, thank you so much. But एक और प्रश्न है अंकुरिता, यहाँ पे कितना जरूरी है, मतलब not in professional word, I would say more towards emotional attachment towards your mother. तो यूजुअली ऐसा होता है ना, आप टीचर्स डे में जब आप छोटे होते हो 12th में, and we celebrate teachers day, we used to wear mom's sari and show it. So how important is in a daughter's life, right? How important is mother's touch जो आपके लाइफ में भी है? मॉम की चीजें पहन के आप जब पहनते हो तो वो कितना ज्यादा लगाव है, कितना ज्यादा प्यार है आपके लिए? क्या है अंकुरिता? Over to you.
Talking about mom, and I'm getting goosebumps because my life without my mother is nothing. She's my first teacher. She's a college professor. She was a college professor. She's a retired college principal rather. So I wish her on Teachers Day. I wish her on Mother's Day. And without her, she's my go-to person. For everything. I completely owe everything to her and my dad as well. So I call them the wind beneath my wings, and everything, whatever I do, I think it is all, I owe it to both of them. And especially my mother, she's not like me, okay? She's a very calm, cool, responsible kind of a person. My brother has actually taken after her, not me. I'm more like my dad, restless and energy, which I don't know where it goes, but she's the calmer one. So I think I go to her to get that, calmness, that peace, and that bliss in my life. So that's how my mom is important. And wearing her sari, I feel, somehow I've got some of my mom's warmth with me all the time. So I love wearing her stuff.
Wow. Good. I mean, I completely resonate with your point, and the love and affection जो हमारे मॉम से आता है वो कहीं नहीं present है. Obviously डैड का भी एक बहुत महत्वपूर्ण रोल है, but जो एक होता है ना, एक मासूमियत, एक प्यार भरा emotion और एक aura.
Yes, for anything you can just go and lie down on her lap. Even now, you just go, and for no reason you'll feel that warmth and happiness, and suddenly you are at peace. Baki sab duniya bhar mein jaye, that peace is there with you.
हम सुनते हैं ना कि हम लोग काफ़ी स्पिरिचुअल चैनल्स देखते हैं, उसमें बोलते हैं ना माँ के चरणों में ही जन्नत है। तो दैट इज़ व्हाट आई थिंक दिस इज़ ट्रू एंड इट हैपेंस। या परफेक्ट। सो अंकुरिता, मूविंग टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन ऑफ द शो, आपको जब आपकी प्रोफेशनल लाइफ शुरू हुई आफ्टर कॉलेज, जब आपने हमें जर्नी शेयर किया, राइट, प्रोफेशनल लाइफ में सबसे पहला, द वेरी फर्स्ट, यू हैव बीन सो मेनी इयर्स, अ डेकेड इनटू योर इंडस्ट्री, बट सबसे पहला ऐसा कोई चैलेंज जिसने आपको अंदर से बोला हो, नहीं यार अंकुरिता, हार नहीं मानना, लेट्स गो फॉरवर्ड। सो ऐसा कोई चैलेंज इफ यू वांट टू शेयर विद अस एंड द ऑडियंस वुड बी रियली रियली अमेजिंग। ओवर टू यू अंकुरिता।
Challenge wise, firstly, I am from Northeast, and when I came to Delhi, first thing was that communication gap. Okay, and somehow there was a perception of people a little different. They used to think that coming from Northeast, they might be able to mingle around, and I kind of got different vibe initially, both in my journalism days and in my other career as well. So that I did not know whether I should assimilate or whether I should maintain my identity that they have. It's kind of, it's like it's a part of our social construct. Your geographical location, it defines a lot of who you are. So I'm kind of a very proud person that I'm from this part of the country. So I used to feel a little offended initially when I get questions like, "Oh, आप तो chinky types नहीं दिखती हो." So I thought, like, I'm from Assam. These people, they don't know that this is typically, I've got an Assamese look. I don't look, अरे आप तो अलग दिखती हो, आप तो different दिखती हो. So I got that vibe, and I felt a little bit secluded initially, but I think with a little bit of courage you can be whoever you want, and you can just mingle, you can win people over, you can let them know about your identity, explain to them who you are, what you are, and then that's the first challenge. And otherwise I don't think there's any other challenge in career in terms of the place I work in, or the kind of work I do. But having said that, one problem I faced is after I gave birth to my son, as a woman, that guilt of being a mother and not being able to give time. You want to be perfect in both. You want to do best at your job. You want to be a best mother, best wife, best homemaker, or whatever. You want to fit in as many into as many roles as possible, and I think that takes a toll initially. But yeah, then you get your ground. You know where your priorities are, when your priorities need to be differentiated, and where to draw the boundaries. I guess that's how. And for me, challenges come. There are setbacks sometimes, and I feel a little low, or it happens to everyone. But one good thing in me is that I don't have that panic button. I'm like, अच्छा आज सो जाते हैं, कल सुबह उठूंगी तो it will be a different day, and चलो सब कुछ हो जाएगा ठीक. There have been times, difficult times, but every next day I feel that ठीक हो जाएगा, and ठीक हो ही जाता है somehow.
Yes, of course. अच्छा अंकुरिता, आपने दो लाइन्स बताई, जैसे वेयर स्टडी, लाइक आई डिड माय मास्टर्स फ्रॉम एमिटी, राइट, एंड एमिटी में बहुत सारे तरीके के लोग आते हैं, इट्स फ्रॉम साउथ अफ्रीका, फ्रॉम यूएस, फ्रॉम कनाडा एंड फ्रॉम असम एंड दिस साइड एज वेल. सो वन ऑफ माय फ्रेंड, आई स्टिल रिमेंबर, they used to call them chinky, जैसे आपने लाइन बोला, and it is very very bad. मतलब मुझे तो सुन के बहुत बुरा लगा यार, तुम ऐसे कैसे कर सकते हो, बिकॉज वी बिलीव इन डाइवर्सिटी, राइट, वी बिलीव इन this togetherness, and if you say somebody like this, it's going to ruin their entire life, right? So my question to you is, जब आपको ऐसा बताया जाता है, I'm sure कुछ लोग आपके साथ होंगे, but कुछ लोग आपका मजाक उड़ाते होंगे. जैसे उस साइड में ना लोग बोलते हैं, मेरी दोस्त थी तो वो उसका मजाक, मैंने बोला मैं इसके साथ खड़ी हूँ, अभी मजाक उड़ा के दिखाओ, राइट. बट जब ऐसा अपने पे बीतता है तो उस चीज को हम ओवरकम कैसे करें, और अ मैसेज टू एवरीबडी कि इंडिया एक सशक्त भारत है, और सशक्त भारत में हमारे बहुत डाइवर्स लोग हैं, तो हमें सबका एज एन इंडिविजुअल कैसे सम्मान करना चाहिए. ओवर टू यू अंकुरिता.
Firstly, what we are, where we are, definitely it's a part of our identity. But firstly, you are one human being. So for me, before you are from Assam, or you are from Bihar, or from Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Kashmir, anywhere, you are a human being. So unless and until you respect each other as human being, you cannot respect other person's identity. And every part of the country, or anywhere for that matter, every place has a different culture, different identity. Why not celebrate everything? Why not celebrate this diversity? And it has so many different, wherever I go, I like to travel, and whichever place I go, I try and find out what is the difference that is in terms of festivals, in terms of clothes, in terms of food. And I love to try that. I want to make a huge collection in my wardrobe of different places and their clothes. This gives me a very good feeling. And there's nothing to any place, like for example from the Northeast, they think that these people are in some kind of wilderness. Do you have this I think it has changed. Things are better now, things are far better, but nonetheless some things still exist, and I think we have to live with that. Once we are proud of who we are, I think nobody can challenge your identity. Nobody. First of all, you need to love who you are. You
Yeah.
need to be proud of where you belong to, and you need to be very proudly asserting that this is our place, this is how it is. You love it or not, we love it. You celebrate it or not, we celebrate it. And end of the day, as humans, I guess we will all understand and start respecting one another and start celebrating who we are, and what difference what kind of difference that we have, and what we bring to the table. It's all variety. सारे लोग same होते तो कुछ भी मजा नहीं आता, अलग अलग हो तो मजा आए. But the thing is that respect is important, love is important, celebration is important.
Yeah, I think acceptance is important. You can accept human as human. Rather उस पे कुछ टिप्पणी करना यही सब बहुत गलत बात है. I think that is very very important.
And for the person on the other end of receiving those different statements or questions, or being the butt of jokes, so I feel it's very immaterial. For me, in my previous office, I was questioned like, tum char chai bol ke dikhao, because our sa and Hindi cha is different. So I say, okay, मैं चार चाय क्यों बोलूं, मैं बोलूंगी तीन चाय और एक चाय. So you will understand that this is 40. You make fun of me, you take the joke and you give it back. That's about it. Don't accept what you don't like. You give it back to them in terms of, I'm not saying argue, fight, or be aggressive, but be assertive and assert your identity. This love will, I think it's contagious. I guess people will understand, people will start falling in love with who you are.
Yes, exactly true. I think आप smile के through अपना point रखें तो people will accept it. People will give love back to you. Wonderful said, Ankurita. Let's move to the next question, probably the second last. How important, like corporate life में कोई भी नॉर्थ ईस्ट का बंदा अगर कॉर्पोरेट लाइफ में जाता है कितना चैलेंजिंग है. आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट द पीपल आउट देयर. आपके लिए कितना चैलेंजिंग था और कॉर्पोरेट लाइफ का मजा क्या है फॉर यू? ओवर टू यू.
What I do, I love that part. The challenges part, I would say I keep it aside. I keep it aside because, the work that I do, if I only think about challenges, I cannot give my best. And in whatever I do, I want to give my best. I said, I have to keep my head high, because only if I am sincere in my work, if I give my 100%, only then I can keep my head high. I can proudly say that I have given my best to whatever I am doing. And also in my life, I believe that your personal space and your professional space, that boundary should always exist. And without taking care of your own self, you cannot give your best to your work. That is one, not just from me from Northeast or anywhere. Any human being, any individual should keep that boundary in their professional and personal lives, and not overworking and burning out is not in fashion anymore. Unless and until you give yourself that love, you cannot give love to anything. You cannot give love to your work, you cannot give love to your family, or you cannot give love to anything in your life. You remember that movie, जब we met, Kareena Kapoor says, मैं अपनी favorite हूँ, no? For me, I am also my favorite. So unless and until I take care of myself, I cannot do anything. So any challenges, it's natural for human beings to fear. It's natural for human beings to feel sad, feel low at time, or sometimes you question where you are. Maybe you can do better, or you're not getting the right opportunities, or you're not getting the right growth, or whatever. These are natural feelings. But ultimately, there should be a perfect balance of what you aim to do. You always should thrive to be better than where you are. So perfection for me is very, I would say, an illusion. And unless you, if you consider yourself perfect, you will never grow. And secondly, the second part of our life is that you should do things which you like. So Monday to Friday, jam ke kaam karo. On your weekends, jam ke apne passion ko follow karo. So both way you keep the balance and you happy. And you told me the reason of my smile. I think I vehemently, I very aggressively followed this path, the boundaries, the work boundaries. I give my best in my working hours. I give my best to my work. And on my weekends, I do what actually is good for my soul. I keep my soul happy. That's my mantra in life.
Super. You keep your soul happy. That's the mantra. Wonderful, Ankurita. I think if people will listen and cherish the learnings that you did and you have actually discussed with us, it's going to change their life forever. So that's very important. Perfect. Let's move to the last question of the show. आपने वैसे बता दिया है, but still I want to emphasize on this कि कैसे हम अपने आप को, जैसे सपोज अंकुरिता की लाइफ में 2 दिन, मतलब next 2 days, a lot of work. You have deadlines, you have to meet them as a part of corporate. Then you said कि हमें अपने लिए टाइम निकालना है और अपने पर्सनल लाइफ को भी देखना है, पर आपके पास बिल्कुल समय नहीं. You have 24 back-to-back work. At that point of time, first, what should you do? And after you finish the work, what should a person should do? Over to you, Ankurita.
जैसा भी जो भी deadlines हो, जितना भी आपका hectic schedule हो, it is, you have 24 hours in a day.
Yes.
So ideally it should be 8, 8, 8, 8 for your work, 8 for yourself, and 8 for good amount of sleep. Because if you don't sleep, you'll have pimples like this. I have not slept well since Thursday. So, it's showing here. So you need good sleep. And what I do, I prioritize my work. And for me, टेबल में काम नहीं होना चाहिए, फटाफट फटाफट उसको खत्म करना है. So I prioritize कि I have to do this. I have my mental calendar, I have my mental schedule, and I prioritize कि आज ये खत्म करना है. And then दुनिया में आग भी नहीं लगी हुई है कि सब कुछ एक ही दिन में खत्म करना है. So some things you can actually keep it for the next day, and there should be a practical work schedule. It cannot be that aaj hi sab kuch karna hai. It's not humanly possible. You'll burn yourself out. And occupational burnout is not something which is created. It's a scientific term, and it actually kills people. It's a slow killer. You lose your sanity, you lose your mental health. And if you lose your mental health, kahan kaam hoga? आप ना घर का काम कर पाओगे, ना बच्चे को देख पाओगे, ना अपने पैशन फॉलो कर पाओगे, ना ऑफिस का ध्यान दे पाओगे. So just prioritize work, and once you think that you wrap up that portion of the work which is urgent and which you need to meet that delivery on that particular day, uske baad just buzz off, काम से disconnect करो. There are times, and here I think mostly it is overworking is celebrated. People, you need to be available beyond your working hours. You need to be available on weekends. This thing I think needs to change. There has to be planning, there has to be consistency, and there has to be empathy. You have to empathize that you have 10 different things in your life to do. Your life is not just about what your profession is, or even if you're an entrepreneur, at the end of the day, you will only earn money. You will not earn anything else. You will not be able to earn moments in life. You will not be able to live your life. You will not be able to have time with your friends, your family. Those moments you will not. And suddenly you'll become old, you will have no energy, and with all that money you will have nothing else to do. You need to find out that time. I really struggle for that part. I have a busy schedule, I have hectic timelines, but I always tend to sometimes I come across as a difficult person also, because I say no. This is not happening today. If you tell me that now somewhere there is something burning and you actually lit that match and you said that there is an emergency now, no, this will not happen. There are times where you need to stretch, you need to give, you have to be flexible, but your flexibility cannot be considered as weakness. You have to stand up for yourself for that kind of life. Otherwise there will be no balance and you'll not be happy in anything you do. And unless and until you are happy, nothing will work out for you. Your any people in your surrounding will not be happy. And that's how I guess this COVID times, the slowdown that was imposed on us, it was an eye opener. Above everything, survival became primary.
Yes.
Everything slowed down. Lockdown जब हो गया, we realized that अच्छा ठीक है, ऐसा हो सकता है. You can start working from home. You can be productive in your work hours. You can deliver in your work hours, and you can also think about other aspects of life. The rest of the things became important, and that's why I think I got out this book, which I released only 2 days back. So this is what I think balance is all about.
Okay. Tell me more about your book, Ankurita, in just one line. And I have one other question, the last question. First, you share about the book. Like, मैंने देखा आपका WhatsApp status. आपका book बहुत प्यारा सुंदर सा लग रहा है, and I really want to do it. But tell me about the book.
साथ में रखती हूँ. That's the book.
अच्छा, एक बार
And
थोड़ा
it's
footage दे दीजिए book को. What is the book all about?
Black Coffee and Metamorphosis is the name.
Wow. And who did this painting though?
This is a Mumbai-based designer. She hand-painted this, and we have used it in our cover. She's the designer of the book. Me and my brother is an engineer by profession. He's a photographer by passion. And his photography and my poetry, it's a beautiful amalgamation in this book. It is visually very appealing, I would say, and also poetry that will make you smile with self-discovery. Metamorphosis is a journey from the chrysalis to the butterfly. We are all in a cocoon, and then we eventually we become a butterfly. So this book is all about that. Metamorphosis is a personal journey for you, me, everyone. So this is my and my brother's journey, but everyone can identify with it, I guess. And it has 3 chapters, from Broken Boulevard, Sea of Stories, and Lavender Morning. So from the chaos of life, where you find a little sense in your life, from sense to soul, from ache to acceptance, from broken to beautiful. And this is about my book.
Wow. Okay, Ankurita, moving to a very secret question. Last question आपका हो गया. Secret question पे चलते हैं. मैं वैसे हर गेस्ट से ये पूछती हूँ कि आपने मूवीज देखी होगी कुछ ना कुछ, जैसे भी आपने जब भी मेट के बारे में बताया, राइट? So what's the line, if you a dialogue or a line or something that inspire you from within, anything that you can come up with? हिंदी में, आपके नेटिव लैंग्वेज में, कुछ भी चलेगा, but it has to be bang on, which you really believe in. Over to you.
This movie called Wizard of the Oz. It's a very old movie, and it says that there is a lot of important one-liners in that movie, and this one-liner I think I have used it everywhere. It says that with a little bit of courage, you can be whatever you want to be. So any day you wake up, today I want to be this, you can become, actually, because it is you who should believe in yourself. So thoda sa courage and fear is inherent in us, but moving ahead of that fear, like you said, डर के आगे जीत है, kind of a thing. चलो देखेंगे, दुनिया कुछ भी बोले, आगे बढ़ो, आगे देखा जाएगा क्या होता है.
Nice, absolutely, yes. Great, Ankurita. Any last words you want to mention? Then we quickly wrap up.
All I need to say is that, once again, I'm saying, Diksha, you are doing a very, very good job, and you have such an adorable face. And I'm a hardcore Vicky Kaushal fan. Okay, so you are also high on Josh. So I guess this is one thing. That's how I connect with you. And lovely to be here. And all the best for your future endeavors. And I hope, like you, someday I will also be able to do something for the society, pay it forward, and be a contributor in the system.
Gee, wonderful, Ankurita. Thank you so much. I appreciate your precious time. I love your sari. Definitely, I'll keep learning sari ka
It was
type.
for you.
Thank you, Ankurita. Very close to my heart. Sari and silk sari are always close to my heart. My mom wears it. So thank you. Thank you for a lovely time. And we'll keep on doing a lot of sessions. We'll probably invite you. And maybe I wish कि हम लोग face to face मिले next time. Yeah. Chale. All right. Thank you, Ankurita. Bye bye. Take care.
Writing. It was a pleasure to be here. Bye.